You slept 8 hours. You're not overworked. You don't even have a real reason to be this tired. And yet somehow, by 2 in the afternoon, your brain just stops working. You stare at the screen. You reread the same sentence 3 times. Simple tasks feel weirdly heavy. So instead of working, you scroll. You check messages. You open another tab. And the worst part is, you don't even know why this keeps happening. Most people blame sleep, or stress, or screen time. But what if the real problem is something deeper? Because neuroscience discovered something that completely changes how mental exhaustion actually works. And once you understand it, you stop blaming yourself and start protecting your brain differently. Here's what most people do when they feel mentally drained. They sleep more, drink more coffee, try meditating for 2 days and quit because it didn't work. But nothing really changes because they're treating the symptom, not the source. Researchers discovered that when your brain stays mentally active for too long, it starts building up mental fatigue in the part responsible for focus, decision-making, and self-control. In simple terms, your brain has a daily energy budget, and every decision, distraction, and task switch slowly drains it. Most people spend half of that energy before lunch, then wonder why the afternoon feels impossible. Think about your average morning. You wake up and immediately start making decisions. Check the phone or not. Reply now or later. What should I wear? What should I eat? Which notification matters? Your brain starts working before your body even fully wakes up. And here's the scary part. Your brain treats small decisions and important decisions similarly. They all cost mental energy. That's why people like Obama or Zuckerberg simplified things like clothing choices. It wasn't about fashion. It was about protecting mental energy for bigger decisions later in the day. So the first invisible drain is decision fatigue. Tiny choices seem harmless, but they quietly exhaust your brain in the background. And by the time you finally sit down to do meaningful work, your focus is already weaker than you realize. The fix is simple. Reduce unnecessary decisions. Prepare small things the night before. Choose tomorrow's clothes early. Decide your first task before the day starts. Fewer small choices means more energy for what actually matters. But the second drain is even worse, because it's probably happening right now. It's called attention residue. And honestly, this one destroys focus more than most people realize. Every time you switch tasks, part of your attention stays stuck on the previous thing. You answer one message, then try to work again, then check another notification. Then suddenly you forget what you were even doing in the first place. Your brain never fully resets. It's like having 10 apps open on your phone all day. Eventually, the battery dies. Not because one app was too heavy, but because everything kept running in the background. And this is why modern life feels so mentally exhausting. Your brain rarely gets to focus on one thing long enough to feel clear. You're carrying unfinished thoughts everywhere. The fix? Create tiny reset moments between tasks. Before switching, write down exactly where you stopped and what the next step is. That simple habit helps your brain let go instead of keeping mental tabs open all day. Now here's the third drain, and this one catches people off guard, because it happens during what feels like rest, scrolling, watching short videos for an hour, refreshing social media over and over, jumping between random content because your brain wants stimulation. It feels relaxing. But your brain is still working the entire time. It's reading, comparing, processing, deciding. You're using mental energy without getting real recovery back. That's why you can spend hours consuming content and somehow feel more exhausted afterward. Your brain worked, but accomplished nothing meaningful. It's like running on a treadmill for 3 hours and realizing you never actually moved. And honestly, this is where a lot of people get trapped. They think they're resting, but they're really just overstimulating themselves in a different way. Real recovery usually feels slower and quieter. Going outside, walking, finishing one meaningful task, cooking, writing, even sitting without constant input for a few minutes. Your brain needs moments where it can stop chasing stimulation. So here's the full picture. Your mental exhaustion probably isn't laziness, it's an invisible overload. Too many decisions, too many task switches, too much low-quality stimulation. Your brain isn't broken, it's overloaded in ways nobody taught you to notice. So here's the reset. Tonight, make a few decisions before tomorrow begins. Reduce the small mental clutter. During the day, stop jumping endlessly between tasks without closing the loop. And once a day, replace passive scrolling with something real, something you actually finish. That's it. Small changes, but they completely change how your brain spends energy. And maybe the biggest thing to remember is this. You are not weak for feeling mentally exhausted. Your brain was never designed for this much constant input, distraction, and stimulation. But once you understand what's draining you, you finally stop fighting yourself and start working with your mind instead of against it. So tell me in the comments, which one drains you the most? The endless decisions, the constant task switching, or the scrolling spiral. And if this helps you understand your brain a little better, subscribe for more science-backed videos on focus, mental clarity, and taking back control of your life.